Connie from Kahu Vet, and this is your instructional video for our oxygen concentrator quick coupling setup. We recommend having this set up if you're using an oxygen concentrator in your practice, as it will equip you with the ability to quickly move from an oxygen concentrator to an oxygen cylinder in the event of a power supply failure. Your quick coupling setup would have arrived with 4 different pieces of componentry. We have 3 of the male tail fittings. We have 3 hose clamps. We have 2 of our male quick coupling connectors and 1 for our female quick coupling connector. We also need a cutting device to cut our oxygen tubing to the correct length, a flathead screwdriver for tightening our hose clamps, some thread tape which we'll use during the setup, and we have a 14mm and 11mm spanner here for tightening. And then you'll need 3 lines of oxygen tubing cut to your preference. So 1 line coming from the oxygen concentrator directly, 1 line coming from your oxygen cylinder directly, and the 3rd will be used to join either your oxygen concentrator or cylinder to your anesthesia machine. So that 3rd one will be permanently on the back of your anesthesia machine. We have our 3 lines of oxygen tubing here cut to our preferred size. And for the first part of the setup, this is the same for each oxygen tube. We have 1 of the male tails and the hose clamp to connect the tail in place in your tube. So to install, we would take the tail and insert this one into your oxygen tubing. And it does take a bit of brute force here, not the easiest one to get in, but it does go with a bit of wiggling. So keep forcing that one in position. You can use a harder surface to kind of pop it further down as well, like so. With that in place, we would take our hose clamp. We can tighten this a little bit just so that we don't have too much tighten. Once it's in place, we can close this down a bit before we pop it on. And then once about the right size, slide that on over, and we can see there's a bit of a bulge where our tail's sitting. So we want to make sure that this is sitting over where the tail is inside the tube. So we can take that and we'll just tighten this one up with our flat head here. It's getting a little bit tighter there, so I'm just checking my position. It's nice and central where that tail's sitting inside the tube so we can get a good hold on it. And that one is tightened now. So we would repeat that for all 3 of these tube lengths we have here. With the male tail and the hose clamp now installed on each oxygen tubing length, we can move on to applying the quick coupling releases for each tube. We have 1 female quick coupling release and 2 male quick coupling releases. The idea again here is that we have the female quick coupling release permanently attached to our anesthesia machine, and then we'll have both our oxygen concentrator and our oxygen cylinder set up with the oxygen tube with the male quick coupling releases on them. So they will look like so, and the idea is that these can be popped together and disconnected with the quick coupling release. So we're ready here to apply our quick coupling release mechanisms onto the thread of our male tail, and we have some thread tape here as we want to put this on the thread of the male tail first before applying the quick coupling release. The thread tape should be put on your male tail thread in the same direction that your quick coupling spins. So we're spinning away from the camera here. So we're going to wrap the thread tape this way as well. So we can take our thread tape here, and the thread of our male tail is a little smaller than our thread tape here. So we're just going to fold this one like so. We can then nice and snugly get this started around the thread. Again, we're following that same direction that our quick coupling is going to screw in. So nice cover of our thread tape here. I'm just clearing the base of it at the moment because I went a little bit too far. And now that we've got our thread tape in place, we can take our quick coupling mechanism and start screwing this on. When we get to the point of a little bit of resistance, we can take our 2 spanners. Our 11 is for holding onto our male tail. And our 14 is for the quick coupling mechanism. So just tighten that one until it stops. Then remove those. And we are going to repeat the thread tape and then applying our quick coupling mechanisms for our other 2 tubing lengths. With our quick coupling system now installed into each length of oxygen tubing, we can connect these to our appropriate pieces of equipment. Our female quick coupling again is for our anesthesia machine and will be a permanent fixture so that we can move between either our oxygen concentrator or oxygen cylinder as desired. Our 2 male quick coupling connectors here will be one for our oxygen concentrator and one for our oxygen cylinder. With these all now attached to the appropriate pieces of equipment, we'll be able to move between our oxygen concentrator and cylinder with ease. So to attach to our oxygen concentrator, we can just push together. If we're looking to remove and move over to our oxygen cylinder, we just need to pull down on the etched piece of metal on our female quick coupling adapter to release. We can then move over to the oxygen cylinder and attach. Again, to release, just pull back on that etched part of the female quick coupling adapter.